Good morning, everyone. This is Zach with Spatial Vision. This is a demo and tutorial video for uploading a DXF file, which is a CAD file, which comes from ArcSight. ArcSight's one of our software partners, so we're going to run through utilizing their information for automatic import into our software. So Spatial Vision is a web-based software. This is your login up here, https://fountainarizona.com. All of your projects are located online, all of your diagnostics and everything, so there are no programs to download or move between your devices. When we first log in, we are brought to our topo history page. Now, I am a system admin. That is why I start here. I get to see our list of projects, edit, delete anything that anyone in our team has uploaded on. As a general user, you're going to start off on the actual topo history page where you just log in and you get to upload your stuff. Your topo history button as a normal user is up here, and that will take you back to the topo history page. Here we can notice we have our glowing red button that says add new topo. That's our guide for the software. If you follow the glowing red buttons, that'll keep you on track to making your maps. As you see, we have a glowing red outline around this whole upload box. So for this video, we're going to be focusing on the ArcSight button. ArcSight is, as I mentioned before, one of our software partners. They are a mobile CAD design, report, bidding, takeoff, and estimate software. We've been working with them for quite a while. And if you put your plans together in ArcSight, a lot of your information is automatically imported into our software. So what we're looking at here is this is the blueprint that I drew in ArcSight. Took my data points down, and then ArcSight exports everything that you drew along with your data points. And so that's what we're looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. In ArcSight, your data points and a lot of other things are built with essentially in layers. So this is just double checking, hey, this is where your data points are. 99% of the time, all you have to do is click Next. Great. And now you can see that I've got these green boxes. These were the points that were automatically imported and recognized by our software because of ArcSight. And just a little kitchen here, because we're using the automatic import, you can see that our green boxes, these are our elevation points that are drawn on our picture below hand, essentially. So I just wanted to show you what those look like. And again, if I was not using an automatic import, I would just be typing in my data points over the top of these guys. We'll go ahead and click Exit Edit Mode. Now we get to pick the colors for our map. Low elevations on the left, high elevations on the right. I'm a fan of standard USGS colors. A lot of our clients have seen something like that before. This is to select different colors of data points you want included into your map. All of mine are black, but for example, if I was notating my flooring transfers in red, I did not want that value on my topo maps, but I still wanted it to be seen. You know, I could turn off my red data points here, and then only my black ones would make my topo maps. We also have the modify multiple options. This is where you can address flooring transfers. So let's say we know that this room was a half of an inch lower than all of these other rooms, and I can just select those data points, click add half of an inch, and that'll add a half of an inch to the coded values for each of these points, so we can address our flooring transfers. When I'm happy with all my points, I'm going to go ahead and click Draw New Boundary. And we're going to click on the outside corner of each piece of the structure. And now this is why we need the scale drawing for the home, at the very least the perimeter, because we use the perimeter to calibrate square footage, distance between data points, everything like that. Here we go. We always finish on the same point we start on. All right, this is our last page before we start to see maps. Scale value. This is your color contour interval. Every time you see a color change on that map, it's going to indicate 0.2 of an inch of movement up or down. You can change this if you have a lot of movement across a home. We feel this is a pretty good scale for 95% of the homes you're going to read residentially or commercially. Topo name. This is how your list of projects shows up when we first log in. And when you download your maps, this is the default name your maps are going to have. And then finally, we have Google Maps on here for addresses. We track our projects through Google. We assume our clients would like the ability to do the same thing. Then I'll click submit. Excellent. Okay, so right off the bat, we get our two-dimensional topo map, and this is a color-coded map showing comparative elevation movement between all of the different pieces of the concrete foundation or the floor that we measured. This has lots of great value for contractors and engineers and inspectors, but that's a whole different demo video. We're just talking about use right now. So we have our topo maps. We can click download 2D image so that this downloads onto our device and we can pull it into our reports as a JPEG or a PNG. This is our scale. I can expand this scale and download this here as well, so I can pull this into our reports, and this shows our lowest elevation value and our highest elevation value and the color coding in between there. When I click show 3D, this populates our 3D model of the floor elevation measurements we took. And so you can see I'm moving this around with my mouse with my 3 buttons. When you find an orientation of this you like, you can click download plot as PNG to include whatever orientation you're currently viewing in your reports. You can do the same thing with download 3D image here. There's a couple ways that you can manipulate this map. These are your navigation icons for the iPad. You'd essentially click pan, and then that allows you to move. Click zoom, that would allow you to then move in and out. So that's how you move these around. The scale bar, this turns the volume up and down on the contours themselves, essentially exaggerates it, but as you can see, it actually doesn't change our elevation points. It's just changing how much visual information is in between each of those contour lines. And then finally, we have our base slider bar. You can see this bottom topo line is significantly thicker than the others. We have it set like that so it basically looks like a concrete slab. You know, you can pull this down and that will reduce the thickness of your very bottom topo line if you so desire.